Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to DTR Division 2. And we're back here on Wednesday night to the penultimate race of the season, I believe. And we've got a championship to decide. Got some cars coming out of the pits. But before we get onto that, I've got Bog alongside me on comms tonight. So welcome, Bog.
Good evening.
So talk about the title for now, if that's all right. I'm just going to check that we're live because sometimes I have a little bit of a problem. So I'll let you talk through the championship if you're ready for that.
Well, current uh, top two are in it, but there's still a few guys pretty close. Leading the championship is Nexton with 110 points. In second is Jordan, the title defender, with 102. So that's just 8 point difference. We got Athens CU on a strong run with 93. Mikey, who had a strong start of the season, dropped back a bit with, well, just 9 points in the last four races, is still on 89, still not completely out of it. Honky in P5 with 85 points after gaining no points in the last two races. And Evan, who finally got his first win of the season, in his career, to be fair, on 79. I think if anyone else is out of it. So, main contenders, Nexton and Jordan, perhaps Athanasiu, and the outsiders, Mikey, Honky, and Evan.
One driver I'll pick out of that group is Evan. I think he's improved dramatically over the course of the last two seasons, and he got his first win,
Hmm.
didn't he, a couple of weeks ago, I believe.
Yeah, he did, finally.
Yeah,
He won the race in Singapore.
yeah. He was unlucky at Japan last week as well. He was leading the race for I think he was leading the race, and he had a group of cars that got in the way of the guys in second and third after the pit stops. And then suddenly got some damage and had to come into the pit. So he was in control of that as well. So unfortunate not to have more wins to his name, but definitely one to watch out for tonight anyway.
Yeah. But also we got constructors is pretty close. We got the Mercedes team with 150. Mercedes is Mikey and Elliott. They got 10 points ahead of the Ferrari boys. The Ferrari boys is Nexton and Marudaco, but Marudaco is not here tonight.
Oh, big.
That could be huge, but also very close on 136. So that's 14 behind the leaders and 4 behind Ferrari. Is McLaren with good old Jordan and Brandon on probably his worst ever season. At 129, so just 21 points behind the leader, is Williams with Waza and Savi, who had, they had the dream in Singapore with a double podium and 0 points last week. And they're not even that far away. Our teams like AlphaTauri and Aston Martin, like 40 and 41 points away. Not impossible, but they need big points.
Yeah.
They want to jump. So let's focus on mainly like probably, well, Mercedes, Ferrari, Williams, and McLaren.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Because we're just about to see Joe put his first lap in. We've got Evan in with a 121.3, and Joey, he's managed a 22.1. So that's a huge lap from Evan. Big time to chase that one. Stuart with a 22.4, Zetterville with a 22.5, and we're just on board with Rayman now. So yeah, really close championship, especially where the constructors are concerned. And actually, I think if you'd been watching this over the course of the season, or if you based it on qualifying, the Ferraris probably should actually be winning this championship by a long way. But they've had real problems in the race. Real
I
race
don't
problems.
think you should count out Athanasiu because he is now in third. He's still in the mix, but he dropped so many points in the first few races. I remember Mexico
That was a disaster.
where he was like leading and then pitted with 2 laps to go or something.
Yeah, thought he could come out on softs and beat everyone. I think it was raining, wasn't it?
Fink did something similar a race later. So it shows he has the pace, but tactically made a few mistakes that may cost him.
Yeah, definitely. It's just a strategy thing, really. I think even his driving standards to me have improved quite a lot in terms of
Yeah,
just picking his moments.
he's definitely improving. I'm having a brief look into what quality times were last season, so what should we be looking for? Last season, we did drive in Qatar, um, round 9 of 12, and we had our boy Nell on pole, and that
Nice.
was on pole time of 21.2.
21.2 was it? Okay, they're in that
Yeah,
ballpark. So
well, that was Division 3, but there's a few drivers of who back then were in Division 2. Nexton actually had pole in that division with a 21.2.
okay, wow.
Athanasius scored a 21.3. TGL Stewart 21.6. Um, so yeah, we're definitely looking at a low 21 for a pole.
Oh, Evans already there. He's a 21.3. Nexton's put in a 21.5. Reliant and Mikey are 21.8. They could do with some big points finishes. They've thrown away some good positions this season. So, and then
Mhm.
Wazza, the Williams, and then the McLaren of Brandon in sixth. Jordan's yet to set a time. So Xavi, Cassell not really in the constructors fight because he's a reserve. So, and Athanasiu, we was watching him a minute ago and he'd invalidated. So Stewart, so we'll get off him. Who's on a lap? Guna. Let's have a look at him. Not raced much this season, has he? But normally a title contender. But just hasn't had the time to put quite as much into it this season. But he did very well last week actually. Made a strategy work. Stayed out on hards for 21 laps, I think it was, at Suzuka, and
Yeah,
came fourth or fifth. I can't remember quite where he was, but
I think it was fourth indeed, and pitted fairly early under the safety car and just stayed out on the hards, and it worked.
yeah. And they were like ice at the end apparently. But he's going to put in a 23 here, 23.3 alongside his teammate who's put in a 26. He's on an outlap. Who of the title contenders have we got out on track? Where's Wazza on track? No, he's got a long way to go. Nexton or
I
Evan
think Honky and Stewart are, I think, on an in lap.
on an in lap. Let's get off the.
Yeah, do I have to look, Honky?
Let me just see his rear view. Oh no, I think he might be on a lap. Let's watch him, see what he does. No fake purple sectors yet.
No, but he's low on the rest.
Yeah, just drink it round here, doesn't it?
Yeah, actually, you can't even do like a full lap in quali on the ERS.
I remember you telling me last season turn it off during the middle part of the sector and switch it back on. Not ideal. But Honky, is that timing or is he about to start a lap now?
No, he dropped. Yeah, but makes no sense because now he's got
no
zero
ERS.
on the ERS, so might have well come
What
in.
about Wazza? Yeah, he should have dived in the pits there, really. He's never going to be able to get that back the way this track blows.
I think Waza is on a hot lap.
Yep, on board with him now.
And so is Nexton.
Perfect, I'll flick to him, or is Nexton in front of him? No, he's behind him, so we'll start with Wazza and then we'll...
Waza is up slightly after sector 1. Evan also starting a hot lap.
Perfect. And this is this sector 2 I find quite tricky because I think this is where a lot of drivers say that a lot of the corners look exactly the same and suddenly the corner's gone somewhere else, so you just have to be careful and memorise your way around the track really. So it's a fun track to drive though, I think. I think we'll find...
I think this is a really fun one to drive.
Definitely. I think the overtaking certainly feels suppose a little more on the edge, I suppose you'd describe it, because you're having to do it at high speed. And Waz has just invalidated on the last corner.
Next
and we'll jump on with next.
Up.
His attempt's not quite enough, so just needs to pull a little bit more out of this third sector.
Well, it's 1.4, could be enough.
All about this last corner then. He carries good speed in there. Gets a good exit. Is it enough? About to find out. Here he comes. Not quite.
No.
Just off.
It's less
and
than
Evans bailed.
Pits.
He's in the pits. What about Reliot then? He is
Mercedes
just
boys doing well. P3 and 4.
Yeah, if they can start there, I think they would have taken that at the start of the day. So, but I think we've got some people a little bit further down that will start improving very shortly. And we've got a car right in front of Reliot here. Needs to get out of the way.
Zetterfall P3.
Is Reliot on a lap? Yeah, he is. So he's got the Alfa Romeo right in front of him. Surely that's not helping him.
in P3 now.
He is 21.5. Oh, yeah, look at that. He's right in his way. Surely.
Reliot got hindered there by one of the Alfa Romeos.
He'd been following him for ages. Not sure why the Alfa Romeo didn't move there.
It was either his brother or it was Jackie Boy.
I wonder if
Jack.
It's Jack's on track. So
yeah, well,
I wonder if he's trying to give him a bit of a tow round there. But surely the dirty air would have made that horrible.
I think it failed because it seemed to make contact.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, Jack, if it was Jack, wasn't it? Yeah, he didn't have his ERS turned on either, so. Just on board with Jordan then. As we said, he's in the constructors. Yeah, so this is a big lap. I reckon he's saving a set of softs. Let's see what he can do on his way round to the last corner now. Yeah, a good exit. I think there's a little bit more speed to be had through there, but let's see where he comes out. Yeah, it's going to be a 22, I think. Oh, it's nice. It's 21.9, so...
P7.
Top 10. Zettervall's managed to break those Mercedes as well. He's up into 4th with a 21.6. What we've got left, 5 minutes, so probably the last run for some of these drivers now. Who have we not watched? Let's watch Berserk.
Berserk is on a lap.
Let's watch him then.
Not sure what it's worth, but he comes up to the final corner.
Yep, round he comes. Oof, there's a lot of people who are going to invalidate through there.
Might be 23.
See if your guessing skills are good. 22.7, not bad.
Quicker than I thought he was.
What about Cass and Xavi, the only ones not to set a time? And Xavi is still in the pits. Is that Xavi on his way out now? No, that's an Alpine. Wonder if he's going to come out. Wonder if he wants to save 2 sets of softs, maybe. Are there generally a lot of safety cars here? Cell goes purple.
2 or 3 usually so far.
I suppose there's no major walls to talk about, but everything's so high speed.
No, but the funny thing is, the closest wall might be the one in the pit entry.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see someone overshoot that at some point. Here comes Cass. He was purple through the second sector. He's not going to be pole. It's a 21.9, so he's up into 8th. Good to see Cass back on the grid. Not seen him for a little while, but Xavi still in the pit, still not set a time. Who is next? We've got a Mercedes. No, he's on an outlap. What about Joe then? Started with him. He's just starting a lap. Honky might be on a lap actually. Or is he just... Oh, he's just put in. Look at that. In third, 21.5. Just as he comes across the line. So Evan next and Honky. No one's beaten Evan yet, who set that very early on. Let's get back to Joe. See where he's at. He's just gone into sector 2. Couldn't see whether he was up on his time or not.
I think we're going to see most cars go out one more time.
Yep.
Athanasiu and Stewart on their out laps. Ah, look, here come Evan and Nexton leaving the pit lane.
And still no Xavi yet. Joe has made a slight improvement, but it's not going to get him in the top 10. So he's got to find it all in there, and he's had to lift quite hard through that sort of penultimate corner. I think that's going to cost him here. So I can't imagine this is going to be much of an improvement, if any. But let's just see it through. And then we've got an Aston Martin that's going to come over. I think that's Berserk. So that's a 22. Yeah, it's not an improvement for Joe. Aston Martin came in the... Did he come in the pits? Oh, it's Athanasiu. We haven't watched him yet, actually. We'll watch a lap with him. Then we can go back to Evan and Nexton.
You watch them. I'll monitor Evan and Nexton for now.
Perfect. So it's been neat and tidy so far.
Nexton is about to start his hot lap.
Here comes Athanasiu round through the first sector. Will he go purple? No, he won't. Not that I trust that thing anyway. But it's not indicating
Now
it.
Evan starts his.
Tell you what Athanasiu's got to watch out for here is an Alfa Romeo just in front of him. Let's see if he gets out of the way. I think he did actually this time, to be fair to him.
Nexton is up just 300s, but oh! A little bit hindered there by McLaren.
So Athanasiu's not gone purple in the second sector either, so can't imagine he's going to improve too much.
7,000s.
Here he comes then around the final corner, and then we'll jump to Nexton. Not sure this is going to be enough.
Nexton is not improving.
Oh, it was enough. It's 21-1. He must have had a big final sector there. Sorry, what were you saying, Bob?
Nexton not improving.
No,
he's equal on his time. So is Evan. This is looking good for Athanasiu. Here comes Nexton across the line.
Yep, and there's probably going to be no more laps. That McLaren's probably going to be the last car to get a lap
he
into.
Improves, but not enough.
Nexton is likely to get third here. Evan's actually invalidated, so he's done. Anyone else out? Zetterfall?
Zetterfall starting a lap now.
So is there some more people to come across the line? There's a Red Bull coming. Who's that? No,
Stewart is done. Mikey is
Jackson
on a lap, but doesn't seem quicker. Jordan. Okay. Watch Jordan. He's up a 10th after sector 1.
What's a 10th going to do for him? Probably a couple of places actually, and if he can eke a little bit more, he might even jump the Alpine. So
Zetterfall is up a 10th. He could move to P4 or 3.
Yeah, he's one of the last cars to come across the line as well. Mikey is finished. Don't know if he's crashed. He has down there. He's crashed down the pit straight. And Jordan goes purple in the second sector. 3.5 tenths up now.
Oh, he could.
This could be 4th, 5th. The Aston Martin does well to get out of the way there. He's carrying so much speed through here. Just the last corner there.
ERS might be an issue.
That looks pretty good.
But
is he going to do it?
That's P5 at worst. Could be better.
Can he get 4th? Not quite, but it's a 21.5. So good work from him. Who else is there coming across the line?
That's
no one. That's it, isn't it? Yep, Brandon's finished.
Rayman goes from 18 to 11.
Picked up some places on his last hot lap then. So Athanasiu then going to take pole for today. Evan, not a surprise to see him up there. We were talking about him earlier on. And then Nexton continues a good qualifying run. He will start in 3rd. And then Honky 4th. Jordan, Zettervol, Xavi, TGL, Relia and Mikey. Relia and Mikey were looking so good for so long in that session. But they find themselves in 9th and 10th. But this race will have it all to come. It's about who can hang on to their tyres for long enough. Right, so let's just confirm that order then. Athanasu, we saw on his last run, takes pole with a 121.1. Evan in second, he was a 21.3. Nexton just a tenth further back in third. Honky's then in fourth. Jordan fifth. Zettervolt in sixth. We've got Xavi, who only did one run actually, didn't he? I didn't even see him come out. He's up in seventh, so good work from him. He's got 2 sets of softs to use later. We've got TJL in eighth, Relia in ninth, Mikey 10th, Rainman, Cass, Brandon, Wazza, Joe, Guna, Honey, Hackett, Berserk, and then Jack at the back. He actually qualified on hards, this reckons. His best time was on hards. Not sure what he was up to. So the cars now are setting their strategy for the race. I believe that a medium soft is possible here, but it will just depend on who wants to take the risk. We know Xavi's got 2 sets of soft tyres available to him, so it'd be interesting to see what the players come out with. What would your strategy be? You're going to be racing here tomorrow, aren't you? What's your call? What would you do?
I honestly don't really remember what we did last season.
I'm sure it's it's quite a ropey one, but it's a medium soft, I think.
That might, yeah, it's really one of those where you can manage the tires. Bit like last week in Japan, Suzuka.
Yeah.
You could win a lot if you can manage that.
Yeah.
But it's a stretch.
I think with the fast flowing corners as well, it becomes quite difficult. The tyres become quite slidey once you get over about 50% wear. So, but we'll see if anyone decides to try it. We can have a quick look at the tyres whilst they're going through their formation lap. Mm-hmm. So let's have a quick look at that. Whilst Athanasu leads us off. Pretty much all mediums and hards.
Yeah.
So the top five mediums. Zetterville and Xavi go hards. TGL, he's quite aggressive with his strategy calls. He's on the mediums. Relia and Mikey go on the hards, so they didn't split their strategy. And then we've got Rayman, Cass, Brandon, Haywood, Honey, Berserk, and Kazingle all on mediums.
So, some could be gambling on early safety car.
Yeah, potentially. I don't know how long the softs can get you around here, but if you get a safety car in the first sort of 9 laps, you might even be able to then do a soft. I think a mediums on 20 laps. I'm sure I did that last year, and that was it was horrible towards the end of the stint. But only time will tell. So Athanasu leads them round. Got a little bit of a gap behind Nexton, but Honky will close that up, and then one of the Red Bulls is hanging back a little bit too. That's Joe. But I'm sure we'll be guaranteed some drama into turn 1. Everyone will be arriving there pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Athanasu now goes to find his grid spot. No doubt we'll see a couple of people getting disqualified. It's just people just going too far on their grid slot. They're not actually disqualified from the race. And it just means there'll be a bit of a disadvantage compared to the other drivers. And that's why you can see Athanasu just jolting to the line. Didn't see who that was, but someone did get disqualified. It might have been the Alpine. Yeah, Zettervolt. Not a bad view, actually. We've had some dodgy camera angles this season, but this one's alright. View from behind. Just waiting for the last car to line up.
It's a bit of a weird view.
Yep. We should give us a good view, though, but the lights are coming on. We're at 5 lights, and we're waiting. He's out straight away, and Athanasu, I think, is a little bit slow off the line. I think Evan's going to get him into turn 1 here. Evan's had exceptional starts this season, and he is going to get the inside line into turn 1, and
Ooh.
Athanasiu's running it round the outside, and Athanasiu keeps the lead. That's a good move from him. Just hung it around the outside, and he takes the lead, and we've got Hackett out.
Oh my days.
And it's a safety car early. It's not the first time this season.
Cassell in trouble. Hackett is out.
Yeah, Cass has got no wing.
Honestly, if I was not in the top 10 and I'd be on hard tires, I'd switch to mediums right now.
Yeah, because you could go and do medium then, couldn't you? So
exactly.
Who are they?
So if I were Gunnar or Waza, I'd switch to mediums now.
Yeah, very true.
In fact, if you look at the Mercedes cars...
Yeah, one of them should do it as well, shouldn't they?
They should split now.
Yeah, agreed. Well, we'll see what happens. The only issue with coming in is that you still have to pit twice, and you're putting yourself towards the back of the pack. But
but that's how I said. Only do it like if you're not in the top 10. I mean, if you're Zetterfall and you're right now you're in P6, stay out.
Yeah, definitely.
Savi, stay out. In the case of the Mercedes, yes, you'd lose a few positions, but
it's good to have your strategy split there, isn't it?
Yeah, because they're 9 and 10.
And they're probably looking at the same window to come in. So if they can split that, and especially if there's another safety car and they're in.
Waza is coming. Waza, who's listening? What is going on?
He obviously doesn't have the stream up.
No.
He didn't know we said it. He's the only one that's coming in other than Cass that needs a wing, right?
Yeah. Gunnar stays out. Cassell with the standard 5-second penalty.
So we just caught the safety car. We're going to do at least... Well, I think we're going to do this lap plus one more, I think.
That seems logical.
Just a very long wait to see some racing. So what about the constructors that we were talking about earlier? So Athanasiu's leading, but they're not really in it, are they?
Well, no, let's go in it. If they get a good result, they could be in it.
Okay.
Because they're like 40 points behind. So, let's say Athanasiu wins and his teammate Berserk gets a handful of points to score like 30 points today. You're back in it.
Yep, very true. So just need Berserk to make his way up the pack a little bit. I'm sure there's going to be some carnage left in this race. And then where's everyone else? We've got Jordan in the McLaren, who's one of the teams fighting. Then we've got Xavi and the Williams in 8th, and the two Mercedes in 9th and 10th.
So Nexton is the leader in the championship in P7. And Jordan is in 2nd, he's in P4, and Athanasiu is in 3rd in P3.
Nexton qualified in 3rd as well, so he's dropped down the grid a little bit there, hasn't he? He didn't have a good start in Japan either, really, from memory. Yeah, down 4 places.
Hey, here they go. Gunnar listens. See, Gunnar listens.
Imagine he comes out behind Wazza, though. What a nightmare that would be for him.
Oh, he will be. He will be. This was a close the gap already. He's not the only one coming in.
Who else have we got?
We've got a Haas comes in as well.
Yeah, they've obviously got the stream on. They're listening to us. They know we're sensible.
Wow.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
I mean, I know a certain double who listened to your advices a few times.
Well, look, you can give someone advice, but you can't give them execution. So.
True.
Right, I am going to take my jumper off because it is boiling. Back in a second.
Oh.
Well, hopefully we'll have the safety car in this lap and we can get going. I'm sure we had this exact same scenario happen in Japan last week. One lap in, safety car out. But the rest of the race was entertaining. Yeah, we don't need Athanasu dropping off the back of the safety car, it. Yeah, there we go, it's coming in. Good. So has Guna caught the pack? He has. He's got Honey Badger behind him. Wazza and Cass in front of him. Yeah, Guna's missed out on a couple of places there. If he'd gone in on the first lap, he'd have been alright. But anyway, Athanasu's going to control the pace, warming his tyres up. He's got to wait for that safety car to come into the pits and then he can get going. When's he going to go? Surely as you get to the final corner. But then you've got a long straight. He's gone.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and Evan has managed to do quite a good job of keeping up with him there. Honky is dropping off a little bit. He's going to get some slipstream. But that's the problem. If you start stacking up here, and I think TGL Stewart is all over the back of Jordan. I think he's running...
the last guy you want right behind you.
Yep. But I think TGL is a big fan of running really high wings, which doesn't help with the straight line speed, and didn't look like he had it there against Jordan, unless Jordan was burning his ERS. Oh. So the front four have got away. There's about an 8/10 gap between each of those cars. TGL Stewart's probably then the closest. He's got a second and a half back to his teammate, and Mikey has actually got through on Xavi there.
And Zetterfall and Berserk with technical issues?
Oh, really?
We got a problem. We got a problem.
Oh, Nexton's out. Nexton's out. Why is he out?
What?
Or it's saying he's out, but I can see the car on track.
No.
It's saying he's retired from the session.
Yeah. He is, but I see like 3 people leaving the lobby.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oof. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye on Discord for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. Because I mean, look where Nexton. Oh, it must have pulled off the road now.
No, there were like 3 cars who left the lobby. One of them was Zetterfall. One of them.
Xavi's in the pits. Mikey is making a move, and he has got the Rayman trying to follow him past Zettervol here. But we think Zettervol might be in.
Again? Oh, that's Jack.
Oh, we're 3 wide.
Jack in trouble in the final corner. He resumes his race.
So if Zettervol is in AI here, it's costing Mikey a little bit of time because the Rayman managed to overtake both of them. But then Mikey lost the slipstream and suddenly he's behind both of them. And we've got more yellow flags. Where's that coming from? Oh, we've got a virtual safety car. What's that for? I can't see why that's come out. We've got Joe with a 5-second penalty. Don't know. Did you see anything?
No.
Let's get off board and see if we can see any broken wings.
There's Berserk, Jordan.
Oh, here we go. Is it? It's Wazza, no wing. Wazza's got no wing, and we're racing again. Look at the 2 out front. Evans actually leading the race now. I didn't see him get in front, but look at the gap. And Athanasu's in 3rd. What happened to him? Completely missed that as well. So you've got Evan and Honky. Athanasu, who... Whoa, and Stewart's just made a move on Jordan into the final corner. He's got round him. He's going to get Athanasu down on the straight as well. He's burning his ERS to try and get through on him. It could be 2 places in 1 corner and a straight. But Athanasu, yeah, look at the straight line speed Athanasu has there. I think Stewart must be running slightly more wings, I think. Yeah, you can see through turn 1 and 2, just flown around the outside. Jordan's now making a move on Athanasu. I wonder if Athanasu's got damage here because he's moving backwards. The Rayman's attacking him now. He's on his outside. This could be pretty dangerous, but they're giving each other room. Maybe a warning for the Rayman there. But he is through. So Athanasu dropped down to 6th after leading the opening laps here. finding himself in a bit of bother. Then we've got the two Mercedes who are up into 7th and 8th. Probably, Athanasiu's just joined, so he was in AI mode, which is why he's down in 6th. That would explain it. Did you see who else got?
I'm trying to get a few drivers in.
Oh, okay.
Berserk I got in. Zetterfall. Honeybecker says he's out, wants an invite, but I don't see him online, so if he's reading, I can't see online.
Okay. If you want to watch the race, I'll see if I can find him. Not sure if I have him on here or not. Who's it, Honey Badger?
Mm-hmm.
No, I can't see him online either. I think he might be a PC user, you know. Oh, you can do it in game now, can't you? Friends, where are you? No, I can't see him online either. Nope, can't see him. We'll get back to the racing. One thing I was going to say just before that was I can actually see that Reliot, and he is in the pit now, Reliot actually had one of his end plates missing, and I wonder if that had anything to do with the Wazza incident, who had no wing whatsoever. So I'll tell you the one person that's made up plenty of places here, and that's Gunnar. He's up into 8th, who did pit under the safety car and came out on medium tyres, so he's making the most of that. The Rayman is up 6 places. TGO is up on the podium as it stands. He's up 5 places. And Berserk's up 9 places into the top 10. And looking good for... Well, it was looking good for Aston Martin. But, of course, Athanasiu's down in 6th. So they need more points than that, unfortunately. But from a constructor's point of view, Jordan's leading the way in that battle. McLaren in 4th. And he's only actually 2 tenths behind Stewart, and he's making a move on him now into turn 1, and that should be job done. Yeah, and it is. But this is where TGL is going to become a bit stronger, because I think he has, like I said before, higher wings, makes him really good through the corners. A bit of a sit and duck on the straight, though. So Jordan's got that place for now. Is there anyone else challenging? We've got Berserk 5 tenths back from Cass.
I think apart from Honeybecher, everyone is back in.
That's good.
Zetterfall is in, but not sure if he's taken control yet, as he was asking how it worked. What?
Well, the funny thing about that is that Jack not really making an impression on the AI, so he's got some work to do.
No, but Jack has a problem that he's not really familiar with the track.
Ah, okay. I won't wind him up too much then.
No, we'll do that afterwards.
So yeah, the closest battle on track. Actually, Athanasiu, you can see, has started to pick up the pace again. And here he is, 6th place, all over the back of Rain Man, who's going to have some company. And I think Athanasiu is probably going to get this done into this straight. Look how close he is to the back of the AlphaTauri, and there he goes. So he's a back up into 5th. He's got a long way to go if he's going to get back to the front of this race.
Stewart to P3.
Yep, Stewart's P3, yeah. See him forcing his way through. I think it was Jordan and Athanasiu at the time. But we've got Jordan right on his tail, and Athanasiu now we know he's picking up the pace. He is going to be right on the back of this and interested in...
Yeah, but if you look at it, Evan basically has an 8-second lead on all his rivals.
Yeah, very true. Very true. And it doesn't look like Honky is able to manage that gap too much. So Evan, like I said to you, he's looked really, really strong since the end of last season. I think he was unlucky not to win at Abu Dhabi, wasn't he? And yeah, just hasn't looked back since. Just improved and improved. But here comes Athanasiu on the back of Jordan. Only a 10th back, but is going to have to be patient. Can't really make the overtake through here. You've got to wait for that straight. Get the best exit. Stewart with a 3-second time penalty. So that's Well, these two aren't going to be worried about that.
Whatever happened to Brendan? He's over a minute behind?
On my screen, ooh, yeah, maybe. He's 6 seconds back from Xavi, who's 15 seconds back, so...
Yeah, but in total to the leader, he's 1.12 behind.
And, Jordan has just been overtaken by... Oh, sorry, has overtaken TGL into turn 1, but again...
God.
This is where TGL becomes a bit stronger.
TGL and Athanasiou right behind you is not a pleasant position.
Nope. And he's Athanasiou's trying to put some pressure.
Yellow.
We've got yellow flags. It's a Red Bull. It's Joe. I think he's just lost it. That shouldn't be a safety car unless he doesn't get moving. No, he is now. He's fine.
He's alright.
Or TGL.
He's just waiting for his buddy Brandon. It's very nice.
Give him a little slipstream. So Athanasiou is looking pretty. How would I say it? I wouldn't say agitated, but he wants to get past Stewart, and I think the pit straight this time is his opportunity. I think he tried to move too early through this sector here, and he just needed to wait. Oh, and he's picked up a 3-second time penalty. We saw him just take too much of that corner, and that's that's going to be costly. So Stewart on a penalty. Jordan hasn't got one yet. None of the front three have, and that could be costly, especially if he does end up catching those front two. But Stewart's got a really good exit out of that final corner. But he's not. I don't think he's making an impression on Jordan, or is he? He is. He's going down the inside, and I think this is where you'll see Stewart will pull out a little gap.
Oh, Jordan really looking.
I think Jordan will be getting a little bit frustrated with this.
Rainman is trying to close the gap.
Yeah, he was over a second a minute ago, and he's right in there now, isn't he? Yeah, this group, they're just slowing each other down. That gap out in front is just getting bigger and bigger, isn't it? And actually, Evan is pulling away. So Jordan could do without this. Needs to try and find a way through. And Athanasiou in the same position. He's right up behind Jordan, and actually you can see the dirty air there, just affecting his car through the fast turns. So Athanasiou all over the back of Jordan, but he's getting DRS and slipstream from Stewart. So Jordan's through. Athanasiou's going to come through here as well. Is he going to make a double move? Not quite. Oh, he has. He's throwing it down there. I think a bit of contact.
That was a bit. Oh, here comes Stewart again.
Guess who's going to come back through? I think Athanasiou might just about hold on to this, and they needed that, those two.
They're just really not helping each other.
No, and they're just going to keep dropping back from Evan.
I think it would be much wiser if he stayed in this formation.
Yep. And just use each other to pull each other along.
Exactly.
Because actually, thinking about it, Evan actually wouldn't have any slipstream whatsoever, any DRS or anything. So if these two actually just kept swapping positions, could actually probably close that gap. But right now, it seems to be going a second a lap, and Athanasiou, surely he'll be patient.
I mean, even Gunnar is closing the gap now to that group.
Yeah. I think the problem that the lead car is having is Jordan's actually peeled into the pits.
Yeah, Jordan's done with this.
Yeah.
Goes for the undercut.
Yeah, it's an interesting move. How early is that? So he's going to have to come out on the hards then, isn't he?
He must. Seems like a medium hard track though.
Yeah, you think? Yeah, I will. I'm certainly going to give the medium soft a go tomorrow, I think. See what we get out of it.
Might split it, and I'll start on the hards probably.
Yeah.
Berserk and Kazingo in the pit lane as well.
Yeah, so there are some early pit stops going on then.
As the ZU now creating a little gap to Stewart.
And that's a 3-second penalty for Joe, down in 16th. But not too much close racing. We've got Stuart and Rain Man in close quarters. We've got has Reliot pitted, or was that because of he had to replace his wing, didn't he?
No, he did it 6 laps ago, so
yeah.
Brandon's been in last ever since his pit stop. Well, Antonazia comes in, but Brandon hasn't lost 1 second ever since.
No, he actually looks like he's closing in a bit actually. To
Yeah,
Xavi anyway.
Yeah, to Xavi yes, but the gap to the leader hasn't grown at all.
Yeah, it just shows he's got pace, doesn't it? He's just in the wrong place. And
what he needs is 2 things. 1, Evan to pit first, otherwise it gets a time penalty. And then a safety car.
Yeah, good shout. I'll tell you, one of the biggest winners here is Guna, up into 5th. Did pit, will have to pit again. And then you've got Mikey just behind him in 6th, and Cass has actually done quite well up into 7th.
Yeah, but if you look at it, Gunnar, when they all pit, I'm assuming they're all going to pit now within 1 or 2 laps to go to hards. Gunnar started on hards, he can go to first mediums.
Yep. He's got options. He can go to mediums, or he could try a late stint on soft tyres, couldn't he?
Yeah, I don't know how far you can take him, but if he could take his mediums another 5 laps, I'd definitely go for softs after this. Yeah. And if he can do that, having softs while the others might be on hards, that's a big advantage.
Definitely. Softs to be hards. Be a huge advantage. So Rainman's still within 5/10, but not too much.
In.
Honky is in. Is there any other close battles? Not really. Wazza's within a second of Reliot, but not really. Watch this from Guna's point of view, because he's quite close to the back of these two now. All 3 within a second of each other.
Honky comes out, just ahead of Honeybatcher and Athanasia.
So, was he already ahead of Athanasiou? He was, wasn't he? Yeah, he was in the leading trio, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And Jordan didn't jump Athanasiou actually, did he? But it was Stuart that was the other one in that race, wasn't he? And he's still out there in second at the minute. So Stuart trying to run on a little bit longer. What tyres is he on? He's on the mediums. Wonder if he'll try the aggressive route and go medium softs.
Evan is in.
Here he comes. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. Oh, Cass gets another penalty. Stuart is carrying on for a bit, so I would say that he is on that medium soft strategy, I think. And maybe that's why he went for the higher wings actually. He wasn't worried about the straight line speed. Worried more about the tyre wear.
Evan is in, but also Mikey is in.
Be interesting to see where Evan filters out. But it should be in front of Honky, shouldn't it? It was only a lap. Did he pit the lap before, didn't he?
Athanasiou with the overtake on Honky.
I've just missed it.
Turn 1.
Yeah, he's through. If it wasn't for that disconnect, I'm sure he'd be up there with Evan. He's, what, 6 seconds behind him? So it's not disastrous. And in fact, I think he's actually caught him up a little bit. Or quite a lot, in fact, actually. I'm sure it was near 10 seconds, wasn't it, before the pits?
Yeah, seems like he's flying.
If he wins that from there, that'll be quite something. He's gone purple in the first sector. Guna trying to make a move on the Rayman. He's right up behind him now.
Stewart with him, Pen.
Is it?
Gunnar pits.
He's got 2 pits. Yeah, Guna's in. I'm sure that Stewart's got 2 penalties actually. Thinking about it.
Yeah, I think so. So where we just sat, if Gunnar can stay out another few laps, he may go to softs, but I think it might be a little bit early now.
He could go back to mediums though, can't he? Like you said. So
yes, and Stewart's still out. Stewart and both Raymen started on mediums and are still out. They might go for a medium soft.
Yep. I think that's why Stewart ran the higher wings to try and make the tyres last just a little bit longer. But whatever happens, they're going to do the same thing. And we've got some yellow flags. It's that's Berserk, I think, in turn 1.
Yeah.
Seems to have got going again, so he's fine. Evan just making his way up behind Zetterval now. So this shouldn't take too long. I think he's on fresher tyres. And he's not far off the pit straight, so if he can just keep it close.
Gazelle coming in.
Yep, from 3rd place. Oh, and Evan gets a bit twitchy out the final corner there, trying to get past Zetterval. He tucks back in, opens up the slipstream, and he will be through quite easily in the end. But a little bit of a worry there. And Athanasu, you can see him just halfway down the straight there. He's catching Athanasu. So Evan's going to have to watch out for that. Luckily, he's got Zetterval in the way. I wonder if Zetterval is trying to run to the end, because I think he's pitted, hasn't he? And Jordan...
No, Zetterval still has to come in.
He still won't come in, is he? Okay. So he might move out the way, just in time for the...
Well, just for a record, I think Zetterval pitted on lap 1? No. He started on these tyres.
Did he? So yeah, it has to come in then.
Mm-hmm. If you look at the gap between Athanasiu and Jordan, they were close the whole first stint, and now just Athanasiu is just...
He's just disappeared.
Running away. He's flying.
Yeah, and like, you know, not just that, but the gap he's pulling in on Evan as well. I think Evan might have just sorted that out a little bit now. Now he's past Zetterval, to be honest.
Zetterval independent and Stewart pitting.
Yeah, so the Rayman takes over the lead. He hasn't pitted yet, has he? So
Evan, look, fastest lap.
Yeah, here we go. So Evan has warmed those tyres up. Not that they need much warming up round here. So surely the Rayman comes in this lap. And it's going to be interesting to see where Stewart filters out here. So he is behind Athanasu.
No, he's lost a lot of time.
Yeah, so he's gonna have to be very, very aggressive. And he's got a car on his outside. It's Mikey.
Yeah, and he has 6 seconds of penalties.
Very true. So he's got a lot of work to do. But coming out in front of Mikey is behind Mikey. Sorry, is not what he wanted really.
So, Stewart was just behind Athanasiu before the pit stops. He's now 15 seconds behind him. So, I'm not sure the medium to soft strategy is the right one.
A little bit too slow, isn't it? We'll see how much inroad that Stewart can make. But the problem is you've just got, you know, look, he's going for a move here into sector 3. It's risky, but he gets it done. He had enough grip.
Comes in from the lead. So can Mikey? The question is, can Mikey? Oh, Mikey's run a bit wide there.
Can he hold on to Stewart? Because we know Stewart doesn't have much in the way of straight line speed. And Mikey's going to pick up a pen here if he's not careful. He's just got run wide twice. I think he got his foot out of the throttle. But Rayman, is he on his way out yet? He only did one extra lap than Stewart, didn't he? But yeah, that's cost him big time. It's obviously very slow on those old mediums.
Look at how much time you can lose for staying out 1 or 2 laps longer.
Yeah, so the undercut very powerful then.
Yeah.
Good information for tomorrow.
Definitely.
Evan is stretching that lead now out in front, isn't he? Honky looks like he might be gaining on Athanasiou actually here. .6 in it. There's quite big gaps everywhere else. Cass is quite close to Wazza. But we'll stick to the fight for the podium places. He's within a second, so he's going to get some help from DRS here.
But very interesting, the championship leader is not scoring any points.
Yeah.
Ferrari is not scoring any points.
It's going to be a big finish next week then, isn't it?
So if we look at the championship, if it stays like this, Athanasiou is scoring 18 points, will be at 111. He would surpass next to him by 1 point. Jordan in 4th. Jordan in 4th scores 12 points. Will be the new leader with 115, 111 for Athanasiou and 110 for Nexton. Mikey. That's just 6 points. We'll get at 95. No, he was 20 points behind the lead. Still not officially out of it. Honky, however, will be at 100 at this rate. So 15 points behind the lead.
Wow. So it's going to be a very big last race then.
Evan, how about Evan?
Surely he'll be in it.
Evan scores 25 and got fastest lap. He'd be at 105, 10 points back. So we got one race, and in theory, still 6 drivers who could win it.
Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah, that is insane. We've got Guna chasing Jordan all over the back of him. Is he going to make a move here? He's not quite close enough, I don't think.
Was I with a pen? Was this being quite invisible?
He wasn't invisible when he got his wing taken off.
True.
I'm not sure if that was...
No safety cars has really not helped a lot of drivers.
No, very true. Very
Brennan
true.
coming in again. Oh, he might get lapped.
Yeah, that's Evan coming down the pit straight, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's going to get blue flags as a minimum. Here comes Guna then. He's on the attack, and Jordan is probably going to lose a place here. He's flashing with his ERS, and it's this track is brutal for ERS because there's not a lot of braking.
Gunnar is really quick on those mediums, but Stewart is disappointing on the softs.
Yeah, they must drop off. I wonder if he maybe might even have too much pressure in the tyres, which just overheats them. But he's not.
That's really quick.
Yeah. And considering he was in that battle, he was in the top 3, wasn't he, before the pit stops?
Well, but Jordan dropping points. makes things even closer.
Yep,
It
absolutely.
would bring the top three within 3 points of each other.
Wow. And who would they be? Nexton, Jordan?
Jordan 113, Athanasiu 111, and Nexton 110, and Evan 105.
Wow.
So that's 4 drivers within 8 points. Wow.
Yeah, I'd love to see. I would love to see Evan do it. Like really strong end to the season, gets his first DTR win, and then goes on and wins the championship. That would be incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But I think all of those drivers deserve to be there for the points they've created.
Whoa. Jordan loses another position.
Yeah, he's struggling on those hards, isn't he? How long has he been on them?
But
11 laps.
11 laps, but GGL has a lot of penalties.
Very true. What's that?
Because
position?
right
6
now,
seconds.
without the penalties, Jordan would be at 111. Just like Athanasiu. But Athanasiu also has 1 pen.
Yeah, of course. And Honky's close enough as well.
Oh, if we take penalties into account, Jordan be at 113. Athanasiu would drop a position, he'd be 108. Nexton 110. Evan 105.
That'd be very good, that. Evan be right in it then.
So every point matters now.
Yep. And is there any chance that... what tyres is the Rayman on? Could he catch Jordan in all this? Rayman's on soft, so yeah, he could. So that's one to keep an eye on.
Fastest lap might be very important here.
Can we see who's got it?
Yeah. Currently Rayman.
Oh, okay.
So that means a point less for Evan. He'll be a 104.
And Evan, yeah, he's not got enough space to pit and try and get it either.
Nah, not at all.
Well, looking forward to seeing how this ends, because it's certainly opening up a good championship battle. We've got 4 racing laps left, or 3.5. TGL is probably your closest man on track, and he's coming after Gunnar. Again, he's got those 6 seconds worth of penalties though. He's right up behind him. He's going to struggle down the straights, like I've said all day.
I would have thought that Stewart on those softs would have been able to do much more.
I think part of his problem is the wing setup. Honestly, I think he's losing too much time down the straights, but he is gaining on Gunnar here. But again, he does burn his ERS out, so I don't think Gunnar's going to find it too hard to, as long as he can stick with him through these first couple of sectors. I think he'll be fine.
Gunnar's smart. He knows, hey, you got 6 seconds. Ooh, Jordan gets a pen.
Jordan, that's huge. That's going to drop him 2 places, that. That could put him down into 9th.
No. Yeah. This could cost him the championship. Right now he may only drop 1, but he'll also end up behind Stewart, so... Wow. We're gonna have like the whole top 4 or 5 within 5 points of each other. It's gonna be simple. Whoever wins the race meet is gonna be champion.
Yep. We can't miss that one. So,
nope.
make sure you check in to watch what happens. And I'm sure, well, sometimes you like to jump in the cars and join them on track, won't you? So I'm sure you'll be watching either from the cockpit or up here in the commentary box.
Gunnar gets back to P4.
Yeah, makes his way back through.
And Athanasiou now has a big enough gap on Honky.
Yeah, he's going to preserve those points. 2 laps to go.
This may give Athanasiou the lead in the championship.
Wow. It's all chopped and changed throughout the season. Mikey was looking really strong at one point, but it's sort of tailed off towards the end of the season, hasn't he? He's up in 9th at the minute. Needs a lot more than that, really. But I'm sure he'll come back fighting again next season. Waz's 3-second penalty there. Quite a few penalties here, and to be honest, because of the nature of the track, it's quite a fast-flowing track, isn't it?
Yeah, especially like in the last sector, it's really easy to go a little wide and exceed the track limits.
That was actually that was a double whammy for Jordan, that 3-second penalty, because he was close enough to Stewart for the 6 seconds. He's now dropped out of that range and has actually got Zettervold and Rayman in range to overtake him.
Stewart gets another pen.
Ooh, okay. So that means Jordan would probably then end 8th, 7th, 7th
instead of 5th.
Yeah. And I think Guna's going to play a big part in this, because if Guna can... Oh, yellow flags. Who's that? That's is it Wazza? It is Wazza.
Of course.
Bit of a weird place to do it as well. Yeah, can't have one now. A bit too late in the race. But those top 3 look set. Guna, he looks set in 4th really, with those 9 seconds of pens behind him. But Jordan is getting close to being 6 seconds out from Stewart here, so just needs to be careful he doesn't lose another half a second before the end of the race.
I'm really not convinced on the right strategy.
I think you're right. I think the hard medium's got to be the right call, hasn't it, really? And I think if you get an early safety car, you can come and bin them and do a couple of medium runs, can't you?
If you look at the second half of the race, Gunnar is the best man because he's on the better tyre.
Yeah. And he went hard, medium, medium, right?
And he's much quicker than guys on softs after 5 laps.
Yeah.
The softs are basically really not done. Oh, Jordan loses a position.
Yeah, Zettervold's caught him, and he's going to have the Rayman go through on him as well here, look.
Oh my god.
That's 2 in 1
Jordan
straight.
Is dropping as a rock.
The important thing is just not to lose too much time to Stewart, so I think
he's already done that.
Yeah, he's lost too much.
He might even finish in 9th. Oh, Jordan.
Yeah, because Mikey's closing that 3-second gap now as well,
Jordan.
isn't he? Oh, hello, Hayward with 3-second pen. Is that Wazza again?
Yeah.
He's got 9 seconds of pens. Has something happened to him? Has he run out of fuel or something? He's going very slow by the look of it. Or has he got blue flags? Is he being overtaken? That's Evan, isn't it? It's just gone through on him, I think. And it is the last lap, so let's join Evan. I haven't seen much of him tonight because he's just been clear out in front, but he's going to come across the line. He's celebrating early. Oh, Jordan with another 3 seconds, so that will lose him another place. So Evan wins the race. Athanasiou with a great comeback after getting disconnected. Ended up being
giving
6th.
away the championship in the last 5-6 laps here.
He is, and congratulations Honky on his podium. So yeah, well done to him. Guna's going to come through and take 4th quite comfortably in the end. Stewart with 9 seconds of pens. We're going to have to see what happens to him. And Stewart actually slowed down before the line. That could cost him in the end. Zettervold comes through. Rayman jumps him, so he's up into 5th. Jordan 8th for now. Mikey has jumped him, so he's now in 9th. And Cass decides to chuck it into the wall at the end, but I think it's counted his race result, so he's 10th.
Oh my days, Jordan drops all the way to P9.
Yeah, that's big for the championship, and it's like we've been saying, it's going to be an interesting last
And
race of the season.
I think that means Athanasiou is the new leader.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And well done to Jack actually completing the race. Struggled last week. He's through in 13th.
Not too bad.
And here comes Berserk. And then Joe.
A
Brandon actually came 16th in the end.
A disaster for Williams.
Absolute disaster. Wazza didn't finish. And there goes Xavi through on the gravel. So, what a race. And it's opened up an amazing last race of the season where we've got, is it 4 or 5 drivers?
Athanasiou, Nexton, Evan, Jordan, Honky. I think Honky's a bit too far away.
Yeah.
But virtually not impossible.
So there's a lot to sort out next week. Might have to get the calculator out. But really it's going to be, like you say, I think before, whoever wins the race is going to win the championship. There's nothing in between any of them. But for now, let's just wrap up this race. So we've got Evan, comfortable winner in first. Athanasiou with some disconnect problems at the start. Comes back and recovers to second place. Honky then in third. Recovered after a tough Japan race. So well done for getting to the podium. Got Gunnar in fourth with another strategy masterclass. So well done to him. The Rayman's in fifth. Zetterval in sixth. TGL had a very good race actually, but unfortunately didn't quite work out for him from the strategy. Just a little bit too slow on those mediums at the end. Mikey picks up some points again in eighth. Jordan, his race was a lot better than the result shows, but he ends in ninth because of penalties. Cass in 10th. Then the other drivers, Relia, Honey Badger, Jack or Kazingle as we know him, Berserk, Joey, Brandon, Xavi, and then Wazza, Nexton and Hackett all DNF'd. But yeah, what a race, and that's set up an amazing finale for next week. So if you aren't planning to, make sure you tune in, because there's going to be plenty of action there, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people chucking as many overtakes in there as possible, because it's all on the line in one race. So I hope to have you there. But for now, Bob, thank you very much for joining.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Very good race, and we'll see if we can wrap up our championship tomorrow.
Oh, that would be nice.
Be very nice not to have to worry in the last race. But yeah, for now, goodbye.